guys to go and meet with the other universities. So I want to do this as quick as possible, but also to leave you guys some time to ask me some questions. So if I could ask you right now, if you could do me a favor, turn off your cell phones, put them away, should be texting, and try and keep all the, come on you guys, try and keep all the talking to a bare minimum, or not at all. Here, guys. There you go. What I'm going to talk to you guys today about is scholarships. And before we get started, I know one of the #1 questions some of you guys are going to be asking, specifically the grade 12s, is about your grades. How am I going to get my grades because teachers are doing report cards this year? I want to tell you right now, so that you don't ask me at the end, I'm going to tell you right now how that's going to look. Right now, the district is meeting, as we speak, to decide how the administrators are going to deal with the grade 12 report cards, okay? So you will get your grades in some way, shape, or form in the next few weeks, okay? We just don't know how it's going to look. And the reason why the district is making the decision is because they want every single high school to be doing exactly the same thing, all right? Because in Coquitlam, they decided that the administrators were going to do all the grade 12 report cards, all right? So they are doing that in Coquitlam. Burnaby hasn't made that decision yet. It doesn't matter, because right now when you guys apply to SFU, UBC, or any of the colleges, what they ask you for is something called self-reporting. And what that means is you tell them what you're getting. You don't need a report card for that. All you have to do is go ask your teachers. And every single teacher will give you your grade. All right? If they don't, this is what I'm telling you, you don't repeat this, you need to go and tell one of the administrators. Okay? Because every teacher has to tell you how you are doing. Write them down on a piece of paper, and then report that to SFU, UBC, okay? Or your colleges. Make sense? Okay? Don't freak out, because you will get grades. Don't worry. Anna, do you want one? All right. So don't freak out about your grades. All it is self-reporting right now, and the district is coming up with a plan for the administrators to collect your grades. Okay? So don't freak out. So let's get things started here. At any point, if you have questions, put your hand up, and I will try to answer. Here you go, my dear. There you go. So what am I going to be talking about? Is first I'm going to talk about financial aid. What is available? It's going to cost you guys between $30,000 and $40,000 to go to post-secondary. How many in this room have parents who put away $40,000 for you? Excellent. 2 of you. 3 of you. That's great. Good for your parents. I'm doing that for my daughters right now since they've been born. $100 into a bank account. So by the time they are of age, they will have $30,000 in a bank account just for them to go to university. Okay? So most of your parents probably didn't do that. It's very, very expensive school. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to talk to you guys about general timelines. General timelines. It's coming down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen.
Miss Mom, telephone call line 1, Miss Mom, line 1, please.
All right. What you guys should be doing. Hello, good morning. Wow, look at this. I know I'm running out of space. There's nobody doing it. Oh my God.
I'm going to cut this. Later, okay? So this is where you're back for SFU. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about general timeline. We are at the end of the first session. You guys need to make sure that you're getting stuff done according to what I've set out for you. It's all in your pamphlet. I'm going to go over it. What you should be doing right now, and how to apply for scholarships, and of course general information. So there are 4 different kinds of scholarships. One is from the Ministry of Education. How many in here have gotten a passport to education in grade 10 and 11? Okay, in grade 10 and grade 11, it's $250. In grade 12, it's $500, okay? You guys get that at the beginning of next year, the whole amount of money, and that is for the top 30% academic academically of our school. So if you've got like an 85% average or higher by the end of this year, you should get a passport to education, which is $500 automatically, okay? The other one is post-secondary institutions. SFU and UBC give out entrance scholarships. They range from $3,000 to $50,000. All right, and these ones are solely based on academics. We'll talk about those in a second. Private organizations. Cariboo Hill does offer a couple of private ones, and you guys have been seeing them on my blog. Those are all private companies. I have nothing to do with those. I don't make any of those decisions. You just have to apply and hope that they give it to you, all right? Last but not least is the ones coming up in April and May. And these ones are the ones for our school only. We actually have about $4,300 currently at our school that we give out. Special ones. They're by department usually. I give one out for a student in ACID who's going into mechanics because named after my brother. My family and I raised, last year we raised $1,500 for that one. And Mr. Mosier also helps. And we get money together every year for a student going into mechanics, any sort into post-secondary, all right? So there's your passport to education. It's 30% of the grad class, $500 based on grades. The new provincial scholarships, we're not exactly sure how they're going to look, but it used to be based on your provincial exam marks, your top 3 provincial exams plus English. Well, that doesn't exist anymore. There are no provincial exams except English. So now they're going to be looking at your grade 10 and 11 provincial exam marks. So your math and English and science in grade 10 and your social studies 11 and your English 12. So if you guys got a certain grade in those courses, in 10, 11, and 12, you will be awarded a $1,000 scholarship. All right? Now, if you screwed up in grade 10 and 11, my understanding is they will allow you to retake those exams. Don't ask me why. I have no idea what they're doing and how they're going to do it. Okay? So those of you who are in grade 11 this year, you're lucky. You need to actually focus in social studies 11 if you expect to get a $1,000 scholarship. All right? Just so you know, grade 11 is in here. The other one is Dogwood, and I'm going to have those applications next week. Dogwood scholarship. Who in here is planning on going into college, but into a specific, like who's an ACID in here? Anyone here in an ACID program? One person? How about is anyone going into the culinary arts, or going into business, or going into acting, writing, music, PE, physical education? You want to become a physiotherapist? Anybody? Okay, I have a $1,000 Dogwood scholarship that I give out every single year. This year we had 6. I doubled that to 15 because Burnaby North never uses theirs because it's kids who are going to college. Usually Burnaby North kids end up at universities. Yeah, Stanford and all that kind of stuff, whatever. Hey, $1,000 is nothing to laugh at, right, people? So I will get you $1,000. So come and get the applications from me. So the Dogwood Scholarship for college-bound students. The only one that doesn't fit for college but can get a Dogwood is anyone going into linguistics, French, Spanish, English, want to become a translator, want to become a French teacher. You guys will automatically get a $1,000 one because you can only go to university for linguistics. There's no college that has linguistics. Okay? Do you plan on pursuing languages in post-secondary at university? I can get you $1,000 through the Dogwood as well. Okay? So, $1,000 scholarship. You guys have to remember, you need to be a Canadian citizen for most of these, or a landed immigrant. I'm sorry if you are not. If you are here on a visa, a student visa, or an international student, we can't give you scholarships. Okay? Most of these things are Canadian only. They require your grade 10, we talked about this, socials 11, English 12, and the Dogwood is a concentration of 5 courses leading to a career, usually at the college level. Anything in the applied skills, so tech ed, mechanics, any of that type of stuff, art, languages, physical education. Okay, and I repeated languages there, sorry. And of course you need to have good marks, which means C+ or higher. Okay, 2.5. Doesn't matter what you do in the future. So if you're planning on college first, then transferring, they don't care. Let me give you another hint. Most of them don't actually check what program you're going into. They just award you the money, even if that's not what you're going into. I had a student last year who planned on going into linguistics. They went to Capilano College. I got them the $1,000. She came in to see me. She's like, oh, thank you so much for the $1,000. And then she says, I decided I'm not actually doing that. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I don't care. The government is the one who put in the documents. This is what you said at the time. This is what you got. Okay? That's how it goes. They don't usually check. They won't take it away. So good attendance and attitude. All right. Check. All right, folks. Post-secondary institutions. This is the one for those of you who are planning on going into SFU, UBC, UVic, McGill University. Last year we actually had 2 scholarships for McGill, $50,000. We got 2 kids who actually went to it. If you're planning to go back east, come and speak to me now, because the applications are actually due the first few weeks of January. If you're planning to go back east to an Ontario university, they're almost over. Okay, the application deadlines for them. SFU UBC is beginning of February. They do give entrance scholarships, $3,500 to $50,000. Entrance bursaries are actually free money that if your family is not able to financially help you because they don't make a lot of money, as long as you can prove that they don't make enough money to help you, then the universities can provide you a bursary. Bursaries are just free money you never have to pay back. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna flip through this here. All right, so most universities applications are due in February. Applications can be made earlier. I would recommend you start those over the Christmas holiday, get them going, and submit them in the middle of January. Scholarships are awarded based largely upon marks. We're looking at kids who usually have 90% or higher that get those type of scholarships. Okay, so if that is what your hope is to go to university, you need to make sure you maintain 90% or higher on average. Okay. A lot of them now, the big ones, like $50,000, $60,000, they don't just want marks. They want volunteer experience. They want you guys doing all kinds of things outside of your schools to give back to the communities. That's what they want. So last year, Hamza was one of our big winners last year. She got a lot of scholarships, pretty much paid for her entire education. She not only had I think it was a 90, it was between her and Matthew Teo, they had one had 98 and the other one had 99% at the end of last year. But they also, both of them, had huge volunteer experience. Huge. They've been volunteering since they were in grade 10 on different kinds of things. Okay, and they were well-rounded students. So that's why they got such huge scholarships, all right? Entrance bursaries, you must demonstrate financial need, and you need to be above and beyond. So not only do you need to prove that your family does not make enough money to help you, but you also have to prove that you contributed to your local community or to your school as well to get those bursaries. Private organizations, all of them stress community. Oops, darn it. Let me go back. There we go. So many of them stress community involvement. Almost every single private organization, you need to do some form of community. Right now on the website, there's the Terry Fox. You guys know Terry Fox, yeah? There's a Terry Fox $50,000 scholarship. But that is solely based on not marks. You have a C+ average. It is community. What you guys are doing for your communities, including your school, all right? Other stress, interest, and skill. There are some specific to, there's one right now called the Triumph Scholarship. If you're interested in physics or any other science, there's, I think it's a $5,000 scholarship or $6,000 plus a 6-week internship in the summer at UBC where they teach you guys how to be scientists. If you're interested in going into sciences, you might want to come see me for that. And what I do is I put them up on my blog. So you guys need to follow me on Twitter and on my website and check every day. I can't give you scholarships. All I can do is give you information. You need to do it yourselves. Okay? I can help you, but that's as much as I can do. Our school scholarships, this is the big one. There are awards that have been set up for many different reasons. A number of them are specific to departments. Like the music department has one. Do we have one this year? Okay. We have the Patsy Jamison, which is a music scholarship. We have the ACIT one for the cars, the Steve De Silva scholarship. We have a dance scholarship. There's a two PAC scholarships. Grad Council. There's 2 scholarships for 2 members of Grad Council. Okay? Last year, she was actually able to give 6 out. The Grad Council raised so much money that they were able to give 6 scholarships out to 6 members of the Grad Council. All right? So there is, and there's 2 for student government. All right? So these are specific. They're donated by staff members, and this is the big important thing in orange there, ladies and gentlemen. You need to get 3 teachers that are willing to put you forward for these. Now this is what this is for. Where is it? It was in your package last time. You'll need to come get them from me. They look like this. They're called student referral forms. You need to give this to 3 teachers who would be willing to vouch for you. They give me these. I put these in your file. And at the end of the year when we make decisions, I pull these out. and I go, okay, yeah, Olivia has got 3 teachers that are willing to say yes, she's amazing. Yeah, I think we should put her forward for this particular scholarship. Okay? You need to get some of these for me. All right? And it needs to be done now. Okay, so I can put them in your file so at the end of the year we're not rushing at the last minute to try and get you guys some money. All right? So on your paper, you guys will find these websites. These are really good scholarship websites. And this one here, this one right here, this is the one that you apply for universities and colleges online. It's a system that you guys log in and you apply to multiple universities and colleges at once. So you check off which ones you want. I want SFU, UBC, UVic, and I also want Capilano College. You check it off, you fill in all your information, it automatically sends your application into those universities. Okay? So definitely circle this one so you guys know this is your application, online applications, okay, for universities and colleges. So what should you guys be doing? Well, we are almost at December. Next week is December 1st. Number 1, you guys need to go to your counselor soon if you have not done so, and make sure you have enough to graduate. I have had kids in the past 2 years who don't find out until May that they didn't have the courses to get into SFU and UBC. So they got screwed. Adriel Carey was one of them last year. Adriel Carey didn't realize he needed History 12 to get to Trinity Western University. Well, guess what? He got screwed. He got accepted, got a $6,000 scholarship, and then he got another $23,000 scholarship, and then got told he actually couldn't go because he didn't have History 12. So what did he do? He promised Trinity Western he would do it over summer school. So he got lucky that they were willing to do that. Very few places are. So check with your counselors that you have the right amount of courses to graduate and that you have the right courses to get into the university you want to go to. Okay? Be careful. Start checking with Ms. Hine and Mr. Berman because they're not as busy now with the course selection stuff. It's over. Check with your parents. Some of your parents work for organizations that actually have scholarships, like the Auto Trader, Auto Workers Union. If you have a parent that works for the Auto Workers Union, they do have it. The Nurses Union has it. Anyone has people who work at Tim Hortons or are managers or work at Tim Hortons, they have scholarships. Burger King, there's a current one on my website for Burger King. If your parents or family work for Burger King, you can get a scholarship from them as well. So check with your parents and their companies. You guys need to complete for me if you have not done so. Some of you got it last time. I need a student profile. It looks like this. You can pick one up for me if you don't have it. Not grade 11, you do this next year. I just need your attention to get to the end pretty quick, guys. I need this. What I do is I create a file in my classroom in a big box. You guys can alter this and add to this. This is what's going to help me get you money from the district. All right, there are district scholarships, and this is what I'm going to do to help you get it. I need information. I know a lot of you, but I don't know everything you do. This will help me. And this will also be your application for the district scholarships as well. So you need to get this done for me as soon as possible. You need to prepare a resume. Every single scholarship requires a resume. Okay, so get that done if you don't have it done. Line up reference letter forms. Ladies and gentlemen, these are probably the most important thing you can do. You need to have reference letters, and they need to be good. If it's some, like 3 sentences from a teacher saying, oh, I really, really loved Sarah, she was a wonderful student, that doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell the scholarship people who are making decisions that it did anything. So what I've created is a reference letter form, and all of these forms are online on the scholarship page to print out if you wish. I have some here. You fill out this form, photocopy it, and give it to 3 people you'd like to write you a reference letter. This gives them information to help them write. Okay? I've had kids who come up to me 2 days before scholarship is due. Mr. Silva, can you write me a letter of reference? Okay. What the hell am I supposed to write about you? I know you, I teach you, but I don't know anything else you do, right? So you need to get it in. The other thing is please don't come 2 days before and ask someone for a letter of reference. It takes us a while to actually write good ones, all right? So please make sure you get these done. And read the scholarship blog regularly, okay, please? And also search the internet. This is the other thing. You know the profile I just showed you? Once a week, I'll actually go through them all by myself during my spare. And then I'm like, oh, I see this kid wants a scholarship in this. So I'll just search online and then I'll post it on the blog. Okay? And I do that for each individual student, trying to get you information. All right? But it's your responsibility to check on it. And who's going to the States? Anyone going to the States University? Anyone wanting to go to the United States? Okay, great, so I don't have to tell you? If you plan on going to the United States, you need to talk to Ms. Hine and Mr. Berman. You guys need to write SATs. Okay? Yeah, you have to write SATs. If you want to go to Harvard, which I think some of you in this classroom can, you need to write SATs. Okay? Yeah, Sarah.
No, we can't.
You're up? No, all right. Oh, I know you're like, I'm not even thinking about January and February, but guess what? It's going to sneak up on you. January and February. You guys need to watch. You guys need to listen to the announcements in January and February because I will be putting information about SFU and UBC scholarships and applications as well as up on my blog. You need to start paying attention. I know you don't like to listen to the announcements. You should. Okay, because now I'm going to start putting stuff in them and I'll put them on the blogs. You guys need to listen, all right? If you plan on SFU UBC, they're coming up in January and February. Yeah?
Don't like they also have, like, if you go to the school website, don't they have the
I need it.
I think so. I don't know. I guess so. I'm sure they do. I'm sure you guys put them up there. Can you guys make sure? I cannot stress this enough that you check and double check deadlines. I had a student last year who said to me, oh, no problem, Mrs. Silva, I have lots of time. The day before the SFU deadline for applications, the girl came in and said to me, when's the application due? And I said, tomorrow. And she's like, what? She had no time. She didn't realize it just snuck up on her. You guys need to check deadlines. All applications are due before the day it's due. If you hand it in that morning, the day of the application is due, they won't look at it. So the deadline is the deadline. There is none of this, well, you can hand it in a week after the deadline. They don't do that. It's the day up or the day before 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay? We did send in the Loran Awards. I had 2 people do the Loran Awards. Those were sent in 3 days before they were due. All right? Because they don't look afterwards. All right? So be careful with deadline. Remember, some of your scholarships are required right now, so make sure you check the blog and check and fix your profiles if you haven't done it. What are you doing March and April? Check post-secondary institutions for scholarships. Keep your eyes open. I will be posting regularly. Get those reference letters, ladies and gentlemen, please. Get them going now. Teachers hate it when you guys go up to the wall. Can I have a reference letter for next week? And 10 people go to them in the same week asking for it. Teachers can't do that. It's too much. Give them at least 2 weeks' notice. Allow at least 2 weeks' notice for those reference letters. Not just teachers, ladies and gentlemen, people who you volunteer with, people you work with, your bosses. Get them to write letters of reference. If you volunteered with the Christmas Bureau, get them to write you a reference letter. Okay? Don't just do teachers, because teachers are easy, right? We can write letters, whatever, but the scholarship committees look at that and go, oh, well, it's a teacher. What's the big deal, right? They want other people. Give them, the other thing is, please remember to thank the people. Number 1, who wrote you letters of reference, either a thank you card or a little gift. You should also thank the people who gave you the scholarships. That's the one thing people forget to do. They get a scholarship, they're like, woohoo, free money, and then they never ever thank the person who gave them the scholarship. You should always write a little thank you card, thank you so much for, that's the one thing you should learn to do, is thank people for giving you those types of things. Oh, the end of the school year, May and June, what do? Due dates for most local scholarships are due at that time. I actually have to have all the scholarships done, the school-based ones, May 1st, because the grad ceremony is May 24th this year, and we have to have all of that ready to go, because those of you who won scholarships get to cross the stage and pick it up, okay? So everything has to be done by May, so make sure you've got all that. Make sure that your student profile is on file for me. Be sure to write letters of thank you again to the organizations. A lot of you will be winning scholarships, not from Cariboo, but from specific organizations. You need to write thank you letters to them. Inform us of your successes. If you win a scholarship, I don't know. They don't send me the details. Tell me. Last year, we won, are you sitting? $450,000 in scholarships. Okay, think about how big Cariboo Hill is. Cariboo had a grad class of 125 last year. We had $450,000 in scholarships. That's almost $500,000 at Cariboo Hill. Why? Because I nagged the crap out of those kids. Okay? And I'm doing the same to you. We're a little bit slow this year because of the teacher strike stuff, but you gotta apply. And you know what? Some of you are like, oh, I'm never gonna win, so I'm not gonna bother. Ladies and gentlemen, so what? You don't win, but at least you set yourself up so that you apply next time for the next one. You've already got everything done. You just staple basically the same stuff. They ask pretty much the same questions, right? So start doing it now. Start thinking about it now, okay? $450,000 in scholarships? That's insane. The year before that was $290,000, okay? So you guys just have to have the confidence. Every single person in this room can get a scholarship. You just have to take the time to do the work, okay? And if you don't accept the scholarship, I still want to know that the two people who got to McGill, Matthew Teo got $50,000 from McGill. He didn't go because he didn't want to leave his family. It's a long way to go. Although he would have had his whole entire education paid for, he didn't want to go. But I need to know that because it goes to our total for our school, okay? Very quickly, so I'm going to let you guys go shortly. I'm looking at the time. I've got a few more minutes. For internal scholarships, I need 3 teacher referrals. I've got the referral here. There's not a lot of them. You can take them if you go. It's online. Print them off offline. Okay, it's on the scholarship page. You need to. If you guys don't get referrals, you will not be put forward for any of the school scholarships. Okay? So you need those referral forms. They are confidential. You will never know what a teacher wrote about you. It goes directly to me. Okay? It'll go directly to me. You will never know what they said about you. Okay? All right. Reference letters, you guys know. Think about who you want. Pick good people who know you, who can write really great letters about you. All right? That's what we want. Last year, you should have seen some of the letters we got at the school district because we meet as a group to make decisions. And some of the letters that came, I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like some of the things that these kids have been doing. That's what you need. You need someone who's willing to write for you, that has seen you do amazing stuff. The status of the person is less important. It's what's more important is what you do and what they know you do, okay? You must give 2 weeks notice. Please don't come to a teacher or to a person and go, oh, I have a scholarship. It's $50,000. Okay, when's it due? When you need a letter by? Tomorrow morning. Teacher or a community person can't do that, okay? So please start working on that. I can't express that enough. Letters are usually confidential. Some of them require Miss Montebello to do it, okay? Now, with Mr. Jackson last year, he wanted a month's notice, and he wanted me to hold on to the letters, and I gave it to him. Miss Montebello's fantastic. She's like, whatever. 2 weeks, a week, but go to her directly. If you need a letter from her, go to her. She's wonderful, and she knows a lot of you because she was your principal at 2nd Street, okay? And she still does remember you guys. So if you need a letter from her, go directly to her, but give her some time. Give her at least a week or 2 like everybody else, okay? How to apply, external and internal. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta follow the instructions. I will have the hard copies, there will be online copies. Just follow the instructions, but you are responsible for gathering your information, okay? You are responsible for meeting your deadlines. I can help you, like I think where's Simi? I helped Simi the other day with something. She came into my room, she was on my computer, I was helping her write stuff. I have no problems doing that, that's what I'm here for. But you guys are responsible to apply, not me. And I want to make it clear, I don't make any decisions whatsoever on who gets what scholarship. The only decision I make is how much money I raise for my brother's scholarship. I let Mr. Mosier make the decision on who gets that scholarship. I am only the mediator, I'm only the facilitator. I don't make decisions, okay? I had a year where I had a group of students who were mad they didn't get scholarships and they blamed me, it was my fault. I don't make the decisions. I don't even make the decisions at the school. A group of teachers does. I just bring them the info, okay? That's it. I don't make those decisions, but I can help you, okay? I can help you. You're responsible to mail out your own applications for the other ones, and don't forget to send the applications before the deadline. I cannot stress that enough. Internal. These ones, ladies and gentlemen, who's following me on Twitter? Good. More of you need to follow me on Twitter, because guess what? When a scholarship comes out, I tweet it, and it goes automatically to your phone, automatically to your email address, okay? It'll tell you what's up and what you can apply for. You guys know student profiles? You need 3 reference letters from teachers and referrals. Read instructions. Some of them you have to hand to me. The district scholarships are coming out in February. We're going to have another meeting exactly like this at a lunch hour in this room where I'm going to tell you all the district scholarships. I'm going to give you a fat package of stuff. I'm going to take it away. You guys are going to apply for whichever ones you want.
Sweet.
No, not grade 11s this year. The grade 11s who are here, the best advice I can give you, start volunteering. Volunteer, 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 okay? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, sign up for my Twitter account. It'll update on your phone's email. The scholarship blog is the best information I can give you. It's the most up-to-date. You guys are lucky because most of the other scholarship coordinators in this district don't do this. They don't help their students do this kind of stuff. So the scholarship box is in my classroom. By the window, it's a big black box. That's where your files are, your profiles. So if you want to update your profile, you started doing something, or you just added, you got a medal for something, or you're volunteering somewhere, come in, say, Miss D, can I have my profile? I'll pull it out for you, you add to it. Okay, the more you add, the better it looks, all right? We're almost finished, ladies and gentlemen. Any applications, you can do it online or pick up the applications from me. Check out the scholarship blog. I know I'm repeating myself, but I want it ingrained in your minds what you have to do. All right? Referral forms are online or with me if you'd like, and so are the profile sheets. And remember, attending all post-secondary meetings is very important. That's where I'm going to send you out right now. Be ready to ask questions to the experts. Those people in that gym right now and SFU, when they come in this room, they are the experts. Not me, not Ms. Hine, not Mr. Berman. Ask them what kind of questions you have, okay? Because we don't know everything they do for their specific universities and colleges, all right? But what you can do is what you have and where you are is that there is no certainty, only opportunity for you guys. So there are millions of dollars of free money. Apply often. You may not always get one, but apply as many times as you can. The more you apply, the more likely it is you'll at least win one, if not more, okay? The worst is that it doesn't happen, and the best is that you guys get free money, okay? And that's very, very important. Scholarships are of every kind. It is not just academics. Yes, academic people in this room, you're going to automatically get them, okay? You don't need to work that hard, except keep your grades above 90%. The rest of you in here who don't feel you're academic, which I don't agree, you're all academic, there's tons of scholarships for you guys, tons. And most scholarships now are based on opportunities, volunteering. So in what job would you guys get paid $1,000 for 2 to 3 hours of work?
Constitution.
Drug dealing, that's about it. And I don't recommend that, okay? I don't recommend that. For $1,000 for 2 to 3 hours of work, no one's going to give you that, okay, ladies and gentlemen? So apply often. One time, I think you'll spend 2 to 3 hours getting it organized. After that, you can reuse it, okay? Hold on one more second, Daniel.
You know how you mentioned just do lots of volunteering, right?
Yep.
What does work experience count for?
No, work experience does not count. Work experience is mandatory by the provincial government that you do for graduation. They don't consider that volunteering. You cannot put that down.
What about the reference letters from those places?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay.
Reference letters from those places are great. Before you leave, are there any questions? Do you guys know what room I'm in?
323.
303. If you have any questions at any time, the video that I just did, they're actually recording it. It's going to be online next week. So you guys, if you forgot something, you can look it up. Okay?